Hi folks, I'm Hub Arkush for ChicagoSunTimes.com with our weekly look back at the Bears game just on Sunday at home against the Green Bay Packers. It was ugly. Everybody knows that by now, a 38-17 defeat. But much like we've been telling you the first 3 weeks not to get too high about the surprise wins in San Francisco and New York, don't write off the season yet. The offense actually was great. They put up 496 yards on the Green Bay Packers. Now, granted, the Packers' defense isn't very good, but they had perfect balance, 235 on the ground, 261 through the air, did pretty much everything you'd want an offense to do. Now, I know there's a lot of folks around town pointing the finger at Jay Cutler. He threw a couple picks. Not this time, guys. That was not the reason this football team lost the game. The second pick, Mark Trestman tells us, was not his fault. It was Brandon Marshall's. The first pick, maybe a ball you don't want to squeeze into a tight spot, but how often do they ricochet 15 yards backwards into the hands of another defensive player? So this game wasn't on Jay Cutler. He actually had a pretty good game except for that one bad decision to force that throw in. And you got good news on offense. Martellus Bennett right now is the most productive tight end in the National Football League. We are now reminded Matt Forte is a Pro Bowl running back. They haven't really been hurt on the offensive line by the injuries. They should get Garza and Slauson back soon. It's not like the Packers were rushing Cutler or frazzling him all day long. So offensively, you got pretty much what you wanted other than converting in the red zone. There are some things to fix, but at the end of the day, on defense, when you cannot force a team to punt once in the entire game, when you cannot get close enough to breathe hard on Aaron Rodgers, let alone pressure him or sack him, you're usually going to get beat. The Bears' defensive line might as well not have been there on Sunday. They didn't do badly against the run. They did hold Eddie Lacy to 2.9 yards per carry, so Lacy continues to struggle, but that was the Packers' game plan, was pass to set up the run. Okay, the run didn't work. It didn't need to. They did whatever they wanted to through the air, in part because there was no pressure from the defensive line. The Bears linebackers were awful. You look at Lance Briggs and DJ Williams and John Bostic had 9 tackles between them. A.J. Hawk of the Green Bay Packers had 13 tackles all by himself. And then you get into the secondary. The corners weren't terrible. It was kind of a welcome to the NFL moment for Kyle Fuller, as he did get beat badly several times, but that is going to happen at corner. Tim Jennings didn't have his best game either, but that's not the reason the Bears got beat. Their safeties, I couldn't find them. I don't know if you could, but it was a bad day for Chris Conte and Ryan Mundy and everybody else they put on the field at the position, and Isaiah Frey is not getting the job done as the nickelback. So defensively, this is where you do need to be concerned. The Bears have got to think about what other options they have. Is it time to get players like Kristen Jones and Kasim Green on the field at linebacker and give them a shot? Because you're not getting much out of your first 3 or 4. In the secondary, maybe you play an Ahmad Dixon. Maybe you play a Brock Vereen because these safeties aren't getting it done. Up front, there have been some nice signs. Stephen Paya is having a really nice year. It looks like the rookies, Ferguson and Sutton, can play. They just need more reps. Granted, Jared Allen wasn't there. Jeremiah Ratliff wasn't there. Probably a different defensive front when you get those 2 back. So all is not lost, folks. You're 2-2 in the NFC North. You're tied with the Packers, down half a game with the loss, but you're going to get them again down the road. You've still got 2 with the Lions. When it's Bears-Packers and you get spanked like the Bears did, and Aaron Rodgers steps up and is almost perfect at quarterback with a 151 quarterback rating, it reminds you a lot of work for the Chicago Bears team to do if they seriously see themselves as a playoff team. For the Chicago Sun-Times, I'm Hub Arkush, and for the best sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, stay right where we are at ChicagoSunTimes.com.